Okay, let's go for a drive. All right, so we have the Dodge NV45 transmission. So first gear is super low. I don't hardly ever use it unless I'm off-road. We have the Toyota split case transfer case, which has the lowest gearing. Sadly, I do not know what the gearing is. I apologize. Hazard lights, wipers, washers in there. They work a little bit. And this is heater control for defrost. This is your fan, defrost, floor mix. Basically, it just controls this vacuum flap down at the bottom here, which either gives you floor or defrost. We'll take another video here to tie in, because you probably can't see it from there. This is a line lock. There is no e-brake in this truck. So if you need to stop, you have the line lock, which basically, if you turn on, you push the brakes, it holds the front brake on, and then to release it, you go like so. So really what that's for you hot rodders will know, that would be for doing a burnout. As you can see, it doesn't want to let me go. I've never used it for such. Whenever I park, this Bolo first gear works fine for parking most of the time. Okay, so let's go. Now, there is no insulation in this truck, so you hear everything. Every squeak, every rattle, every bit of wind. It is super comfortable to drive, super easy to drive. The power steering is powerful and light. As you can see, it drives nice and straight. But it was not made to be a nice, quiet ride. It is, like I said, it is all steel. The people who did the restoration before I bought the vehicle did not put any insulation on the inside of the firewall to try and keep heat down. I did add some down there, and that does help both with noise and heat. And redid all the headers and all the exhaust because there was some leaks and it was pretty noisy. Now it's got a nice clean sound to it, and it's pretty reasonable in here. We're currently doing about 35 miles an hour. Temperature's just coming up to about 150, and I'm at about 1200 RPM. Starting to hear that wind here now a little bit, which you will definitely hear once you get her up to highway speed, but never really bothered me. I bought this thing to go off-roading and to be super cool, and it does both those things very, very well. And it's pretty quick too. We'll do a little gear down into third. That's about 2,600 RPM. Took it up to about 4,000. We're doing 55 miles an hour. Again, you can take my hands off the steering wheel. She runs nice and straight. It is very touchy steering. It's something you'll have to get used to because with the tiny steering wheel, a little bit of input makes quite a big difference. So it's such light steering with that hydro assist. Most people get in and they kind of get a little bit wandery with it. You just gotta let her go, and it again, she drives straight. Oh, we'll get a chance to stop here. We'll do a quick stop. 4-wheel disc brakes. Also hydro assist. The light, second gear start. Miles an hour. Okay, to go to 50 miles an hour there. Obviously, a first gear start would give you more of a launch. On the signal, but that's okay. Well, just under. Doesn't drive like your standard Landcruiser. Well, in the fact that you can get to 60 miles an hour. I drove this truck all the way to Colorado. I did have hearing protection on because it gets loud when you're going for that long. And I was doing 80 miles an hour constantly without any issues. This truck will cruise happily. It will use a lot of fuel doing so, and it does have a very small fuel tank. I believe it's maybe 60 liters from dead empty at the most. It is a smaller aluminum racing fuel tank. I guess I should do a first gear start to show you that. I'm just so used to starting a second. Leg room, so not a lot of it. I am 6'2". I find it just fine. The seat is all the way back and reclined as much as it will go because it is the FJ45 standard cab pickup on this chassis, which means the seat is against the back wall. So there is no more space. I could recline it a bit if I lose a bit of leg room, but I find it comfortable enough for what it is. Again, I didn't buy this truck for comfort. I feel that it operates amazingly comfortably for a very old Toyota Landcruiser off-roader. All right, let's take her up to speed. Miles an hour, 70 miles an hour, and she wobbles back and forth because there's no sway bars, but again, 70 miles an hour, hand off the steering wheel. There's a few vibrations, but and lots of wind noise, but that's kind of part of driving this truck with personality, in my humble opinion. Up with the Mini. Okay. All right, try and get out here without getting T-boned. Okay, let's have a quick look at temperatures. So we're still running at about 180, 185 on the temperature, and volts are 12, oil pressure is about 30. Okay, we'll get to a little bit of a straight section here, see if I can bring it up to a reasonable speed. Here looks like a good space. So there's 50 miles an hour, and that's mostly the back end locking up. There's a first gear start, just because we haven't done that. So I could probably adjust the brakes a little bit for a little less braking in the back, but last time I had this out, I had a tent with all of my gear in the back, so it was probably more set up appropriately for that. But again, pretty straight braking. We'll try it one more time here. 55 miles an hour, and into neutral, and emergency braking. Friend of mine going by there. So braking is nice and straight. No pulls side to side. Again, hydro assist braking. Let's do a little four-wheel drive. I'll just show you. I'll lock it in. There's your bull low first gear. So that is super slow, like not even walking speed. You probably can't see this. Let me pull this off for a sec. See that? Like, that's about as slow as it gets. Well, okay. Split T-case, maybe, or sorry, double T-case, maybe she gets slower than that. Walk around. All right, first things first, let's check the engine temp and compare it to what the gauge says. Hopefully you can hear me over the electric fan. 120 at the top. Hard to say at the bottom. 160. 170, 180. 90 on the lower cooling pipe, and 35 up top.